Is that why you had to wedge up there?
Yeah.
Just chucked
Me and
it.
Ryan lifted it in, but we're not doing that.
Did you bring that in as well?
Just rolled that in. All right, it's fine. I didn't carry that in.
Everyone good?
Ready when you are, yeah?
Yeah. Right, Luke, we've had a wicked day, mate. Been in the sea, unbelievable breakfast, chucking Atlas stones around. But mind over everything, what does that mean to you?
It's something that I have to live with, I think, every day, because without my mind being right, I can do nothing. You know, that's how I feel sometimes, you know. So my mind allows me to do everything. You know, it allows me to be a good dad, a good partner, a good businessman, a good athlete. It's everything for me. So without my mind being right, it is like the most horrendous thing. You know, some mornings I wake up, we talked about it in the sea this morning, you know, you asked me, do I ever just say, fuck it, I'm not going to do this cold water swim today? And the answer has to be no, because if not, my mind's not right, and then I'll just end up sitting in bed. I used to be really bad for self-sabotaging, you know, weed, drinking, doing other stuff. So if my mind isn't right, then it's like game over for me. And it takes me into a very dark place. So now, as a dad, my mind has to be strong. I have to be mentally strong so I can give everything to my son, Koa. You know, that's the most number one important priority in my life, is making sure I'm okay so he's going to be all right. You know, it's like someone said to me, like, oh, you'd die for your son. Like, why would you want to die for your son? Unless you have to. Why don't you start living for your son? Why don't you start being that dad, live for your son? And that really stuck with me. So I'm like, yeah, I've got to start living for him rather than going through those dark places. I've done a lot of stuff, cutting myself. I've been at the end of a rope with my neck around it, thinking I'm going to finish myself. But like, that's not what I should be. Do you know what I mean? I should be living for my son, going to bed happy, going to bed excited for the next day, and that's what I have now. You know, I have that ability to do that, and that's through my mind. So my mind is everything. Yeah, I'm sitting here now thankful that I can sit talking to you about this stuff. You know, we can have a great conversation, we can train together, we can eat together, we can go in the water together. Whatever emotions come up today, you know, we can do that, and I'm happy with that.
How would you have answered that question if I asked you 10 years ago, what's mind over everything?
I wouldn't know. It's like...
But you still would have had a direction.
Yeah.
You see it from I can tell you've come a long way.
Yeah.
But you still would have been the peak of whatever you were doing at that time.
Yeah.
How do you think you would have answered it?
I would have been I just want to have fun, want to joke, want to go out for a bevy, go out for a drink. It just wouldn't be as clear because it was very muddy and dark. Back then, you know, 10 years ago, mum was battling with cancer, had terminal cancer, so it was a very dark place, knowing your mum's going to die very soon. It was like I'd come back from work. I'd use work as that excuse, you know. I was offshore on the oil rig, so my mind was, right, need to make money, need to go offshore, work as much as I can, have that. That was like a numbing thing for me, you know, knowing your mum was deteriorating rapidly. I'd go away offshore on the oil rigs. I couldn't be home for Christmas. I'd missed like 4 or 5 Christmases in a row, you know, because I didn't want to be there because I knew mum.
You made that decision?
Made that decision.
I'll work Christmas bus.
Yeah, that's me. I don't want to be at home because I know this is the last one, or I'm not going to have another one with mum, or mum's gone, I don't want to be there because mum's not there. So that's what my mindset was. It was work, 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 and come back. As soon as I got back, I opened a bottle of whiskey, drink that, and that was that numbing thing. Although I was still training, I was still able to compete and be that athlete.
Yeah.
It was a very different person than I am now. Like 10 years ago, I was like a version of me, but it was obviously a different version, but it was a version of me that wasn't winning competitions, wasn't taking things as serious. I thought I was being serious about training.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
so it's like, yeah, well, I'm just Luke Stoltman, a daft guy from Invergordon that works offshore on the oil rigs.
Yeah.
But I train as much as I can, but I'm drinking, I'm partying, I'm doing stupid things that I shouldn't be doing. And And that was okay, because it was almost an excuse that my mum, it's not an excuse, it's a reason, mum was dying, so I'm like, well, if she's dying, what's the point, kind of thing. I'll just go out and have a drink, have a bottle of whiskey. Yeah, fuck it, man, I'm sound with that, I'm good. Mentally, I thought I was okay. That mindset was so different from me. I didn't know about cold water, didn't know about therapy, didn't know about being vulnerable, being open with people, being able to talk to people. It was always like, I hid everything, but now I like to be open and talk about issues, talk about it with my family as much as I can. My dad that we saw earlier on, great to chat to him about stuff, and like, he gets it, he's like, look, it's fine, I love you. And having a dad that says that is like so important, like, fucked up dad, I'm a mess, I'm this, I'm that. It's all right, Luke, it's fine, you're cool. Like, I love you, man. It's like what he said when he asked me that question, like, how does it feel? You could see the emotion and the happiness and the joy. I'm like, geez, that's all right, man. And he's loved me through all of that. So it's amazing how much your mind can change, or like my mind's changed in those, like you said, 10 years ago to now. And with that change is brought in, being sat in here in our new premises that's going to be open to the public soon, winning Europe's Strongest Man twice, winning Britain's Strongest Man, being the oldest winner at 40 years old, making World's Strongest Man finals for 10 times, which not many people have done that before. So it's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to look back and think, yeah, I was a mess and I didn't really see a way out of it. But through the support and the love and compassion of people, and compassion to yourself, it's like having that compassion with you is pretty important.
It's just something that's not easy to learn, right?
Yeah, you still get that, like you look at yourself in the mirror and still question yourself sometimes. It's still, I don't know about myself today. But then that's when I know I can come in here, and this is like, it's almost like that torture, you're putting your body through. You saw it today, it's like pain. You're like, you think your back's going to explode, you think your hamstrings going to go. But like, knowing that you can get through that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm actually not bad. Boom, boom, another day done.
That's a fascinating point in your life, and I'm certainly not going to flit over the journey that you've been on. But you weren't always that, right? What were you like as a kid? What were you like as the firstborn in the Stoltman family?
Yeah, I was happy. I was, generally speaking, I was like a really happy kid. Loved like playing football. I was mad into football when I was younger.
Any good?
I was all right. I'd call up to Ross County, big centre back.
Yes.
So I was decent. I was decent, a decent level. But then, cut to kind of 13, 14, started drinking. That's like that generation, our generation, I think it was maybe a bit more like acceptable for that, so started drinking at that age. And probably the usual story, maybe had a lot of potential there, but, through drinking, whatever else, it didn't happen, so.
Who's trying to drive that potential at that time?
It wasn't really from anyone, it was just from myself. It wasn't like, my mum and dad loved me, cared about me massively, I knew that, but there's 5 siblings, so I'm the oldest, Jodie, Nikki, Tom, Harry, so she's got another 4 kids to worry about.
Yep.
Dad's working away offshore all the time trying to make money because he's got to raise 5 kids, he's got to provide for 5 kids. Mum's like a stay-at-home mum and stuff, which is amazing. She did such an amazing job, but she's got other kids to worry about. So when I'm playing football, it was just me there, get dropped off, play football, Dad's away offshore. But it was just for me, I loved that part of it. It was like, how can I get better? You'd be out playing football in the garden, keepy-ups, playing golf, playing tennis, just whatever sport. I really enjoyed sport.
Yeah.
And that was an escape, as it is for everyone. It's like that fun kind of escape for me where I can be a little bit less self-conscious, let yourself go on the football pitch.
So in that period, who were you looking up to? Who were your heroes? Both, were they friends? Were they family? Were they football icons, sports icons?
Yeah, I mean, I guess at that time it was like, I was looking more into like the bodybuilding, like Arnold, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. I loved watching their videos. Dorian Yates was a legend in bodybuilding. He was like one of the best British, probably the best British bodybuilder. And he trained in, it was Birmingham, he trained in, and they called him the Shadow, because he like lurked. He was like at a basement gym in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Dirty, grungy, didn't really come out until Mr. Olympia. And then he was just this massive guy. And it was just something about that kind of, like, just really kind of intrigued me, you know, because it was kind of similar up here. I was like up in the Highlands.
Yeah.
No one really knew me, and I was just training hard and growing and whatever. And I was like, oh, you always have that little kind of sprinkle of hope that something might come off it. And then Arnold and Sylvester, you know, looking up to them, like, geez, oh man, they're class, they're beasts. And I didn't really know, like I watched Strongman at Christmas time, like it's such a...
Yeah, like we all did.
Yeah, it's like a tradition, you know, it's so cool to watch, but it wasn't ever something that I saw, like for me, you know, it was more just like to train, like to go to the gym. And those were the type of people I looked up to, man. It was like, you know, I like, obviously my football, I was a Rangers fan growing up, like Brian Loudrop, Ali McCoy, Mark Haitley, all the boys, you know, I used to love watching them. But then once I started kind of getting older, started working, I was working quite a lot to, like I was just interested in kind of making money and, you know, going out for the party, we touched on it. It was, I lived for the weekend, you know, just had enough money to go out the weekend, I was buzzing, you know, that was me, class, happy. And then when I was 18, my dad, I touched on, he worked offshore. He says, oh, do you want to get a job offshore? We'll help you. The company he was working for was looking for like apprentices and stuff. So they put me through my offshore survival course. So it's when you get dunked in a helicopter in a swimming pool, you get flipped upside down, you got to escape through a window, do all this stuff. You know, it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. And then, like 2 weeks after I turned 18, I was offshore, and that was my kind of life for the next 17 years, like working in oil rigs throughout the world, far-flung corners of the world, like Papua Guinea, Angola, all these weird and wonderful places I would never experience, you know, if it wasn't for that. But it was quite it was a very surreal lifestyle, you know. But again, because it was so different from like the norm, you know, like school was very, like it was a normal environment to do that, and I didn't really fit in that well. Yeah. Like working, it was okay, but it was something I just did a few different jobs, few different factories, didn't really find my way there in that life. But then come offshore, it was like, you know, away for 3 weeks working 14, 15 hours a day. Said to you earlier, I was getting paid £5.50 an hour starting, which was wild, you know. But I was like...
At the time, that felt...
I was like, oh man, I'm minted, man. Right, drinks are on me, lads. Right, come on, where are we going? Come back for the weekend. Like, we'd go out in Aberdeen, I'd get back on a Thursday, Friday, go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday sesh, go back offshore the Monday, Tuesday again, and that was my life. You know, that was it. It was just boom, boom, boom. But like the training lifestyle, I still trained. Even though I was out blazing drunk, whatever, I'd wake up.
Why did you train?
Yeah, it's a good one. I just knew how good it made me feel. It was that, like I just felt so good. Like after I had a really big session, went in, trained, got a sweat on, got a pump on, lifted heavy weights, and it was like I was ready to go out again. You know? Just
lifted heavy for sake of lifting heavy, or was there structure to it?
Not overly, not back then. It was just like gym bro kind of lifestyle, you know, that
100%.
Go and do chest, wanted a big chest, big arms, biceps, six pack. But that's all it was. It was like more like ego. And I guess even now, today, what we do today, it's like you're wanting to become the world's strongest man.
100%.
It's got to be ego.
There's nothing wrong with ego.
Yeah, but it pushes you to like that started when I was 16. Yeah. And like I'm 40 now. So without that ego and that want to become the best at something, I would have just, which is still okay, we wouldn't be sat here having this conversation. So, you know, like you say, ego is like, it is important. It's like, it's overlooked, I think, and it's got quite a bad reputation, but ego is what creates like amazing people.
So one word that fascinates me,
Yeah.
it fascinates me in the animal kingdom, and it fascinates me in our world, the world alpha. What does the word alpha mean to you? And in your game, in an absolute jungle.
If someone called me an alpha, I'd be like, yeah, man, but it's also, like I was talking about, it's like that ability to be like vulnerable.
Yeah.
Do you know, like,
Yeah.
see, that is like, I never thought about that before. Like, it was even my offshore job. It was like you had to be the most alpha, but in the tea shack, you know, in the tea shack, all right, boys, what's happening? Like, that's what I used to think that alpha word was, being the biggest, strongest, manliest and stuff. But like, see, like when I see guys and just the conversation we're having, being able to talk about stuff, but like have that understanding of almost like a bigger picture, rather than just be like, being the biggest and strongest doesn't mean you're the most alpha.
Yeah.
I don't think, personally speaking. But I think my view has changed considerably over the course of the last kind of 5 years or so. Whereas I used to think that I used to have to be the loudest or the, you know, the most outspoken, and I think that's still very much a part in Strongman. You know, it's always like the loudest. Like Eddie Hall, love him to bits, man. But Eddie's like but he's changed as well. But a few years ago, Eddie would be like, rah, 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 like the loudest, the strongest, the most outspoken. But again, he's been on through a bit of a journey as well, where he's a lot more open about stuff and a lot more vulnerable, and he's opened his emotions now. And I think being able to do that, that's pretty tough. Like for men to do that, like sit here, have a little cry. I think that's pretty special, being able to do that. And I think that shows like a true alpha, you know, because, you know, being a true alpha is like leading, like setting examples to people, being that man or that person that people really look up to and respect, and doing that through being like almost like narcissistically like outspoken and loud and I'm fucking this, I'm fucking that. That's not a true alpha. Like, that's not someone that I'd want my boy to look up to.
So just family dynamic. Where do you sit? Eldest of 5.
Yeah.
Dad away a lot. How did that change?
It was very kind of...
Sisters, obviously, but impressionable younger brothers.
Yeah, I mean, my sister Jodie she's very much the mother hen of the family.
Yeah.
She's a year younger, very responsible, straight-laced, kind of...
Even to you?
Even to me, yeah. Like, I'll go to Jodie if I need some advice. You know, their faith, they're really big Christians, and like, I really enjoy those conversations with them about that. And
now, or you always have?
now, in the last couple of years, I've really kind of looked into that a little bit more. You know, just I truly believe that like there's something bigger than us. I just feel that we're too, and this isn't in an arrogant way, but we're too perfect not to get here by coincidence. There's a plan, I think, for all of us, which gives me, you know, faith. Like, I have that faith in me, which makes my heart feel good, you know. And I think that's helped a lot in this last couple of years, like the journey, whatever, you know, to becoming mentally stable, mentally good, still a bit mental, still a maniac. And I think whoever it is up there wants that, you know, because he or she's put that in me. And, you know, the stuff that I get to do, you see the stones, the log presses, whatever, it doesn't just happen, you know, that's the plan. There you go, mate. Like, go and fucking drink, party, do whatever, but prove to me that you can be this person that trains regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what's going on in your life. Do that, right? That's the plan for me. And for some reason, whatever, I've been able to uphold that and be able to do that, you know. So Jodie is the person that I would go to and seek advice from, and she's such a yeah, get emotional.
Go for it, mate.
She's a good person. Yeah, it gets me sometimes.
Why not?
Yeah, and I hope she sees that in me as well. You know, that's you know, because I know I'm not as like reliable or as solid as she is, but
Yeah, but you'll have your qualities that you bring to her.
yeah, I hope
She'll
so.
have a version of what you just said about you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know she sees the goodness, you know, and I know I'm nice, you know, you know, but it's just, I love her, man, and I love all my family, and that, like, when I speak about them, it gets me. But Jodie's like the closest version of mum.
Yeah.
My sister Nikki, she's an amazing girl. She reminds me of mum so much physically. You know, she's got that beaming smile like mum does. She's got blonde hair, just the spitting image of mum sometimes when I look at her, and like that catches me off guard. I'm like, oh, Jesus, that's my man. That's powerful. And then big Tom and Harry, man, Tom's a beast. You know, he's 3 times world's strongest man. He's the guy that gives me inspiration to keep going at 40 years old. He's the person that drives me and pushes me and makes me want to be still this person, this beast, you know, that keeps training, that keeps driving, because I know I need to be that person for Tom, for him to be the best version of him. And then youngest brother Harry is like just another solid guy. Love him to bits and just want him to be happy and find joy. You know, that's my kind of want for Harry. And, you know, being the youngest, he's gone through some stuff, and if I can do anything for him, I will, you know, and that's kind of what I'll always be like towards him, I think, is kind of try and support him as much as I can. I know he's under a lot of pressure. Everyone says, oh, when are you going to be the next strongman, Harry? When are you going to do this? And it's difficult for me mentally to take that, because if that's not his chosen path, if that's not the path that's been presented for him, then don't force it, you know.
It takes even more strength to say no. The fact he's not even, you know, I've seen him. He's a big, strong boy. He's capable. But if he's happy working in the Stoltman group as he is, then that's for him, right?
Yeah, 100%, or whatever it is he wants. He's got a little boy, Oakley, a class wee guy, so nice, so good with him. You know, he's a great dad, and if that's your path, being a great dad, what more can you ask for in life, man? Being a good dad, and you know, so my role in it all, I try and be a protector, I guess, you know, and that person that can stand up and fight for them when they need that, and when they need like support in anything, you know, no questions asked. Like I don't care what happens, when I've got your back. Whatever you need me for, whatever you're going through. If you need a bed to stay, we've got a little house, come and stay with us. Whatever, I'll look after you and show you love and kindness and compassion, whatever you need. And I hope that's what they see from me, regardless of the physique or the display, you know, the aggression when it comes out. You know, I'm that kind of soft person behind closed doors with them. And I think in general, I'm quite a soft, caring person, and I like to think that. And I hope that's what they see me as.
So where does the fucking savage come from then?
That's a question, man. I don't know. I ask that question to myself. I don't know where it comes from. It must, like my dad was a nice kind of placid guy. Our opa, you know, I know he was a strong guy, you know, and Dad's dad, our grandpa, he fought in the World War II in Brunei in the Special Forces. So I think there's a touch of that, you know. He didn't really talk much, you know, Grandpa. Grandpa Lenny was just that kind of, thought, he's got something, you know. But it just comes out of me, you know. It's like
That's what I mean. But respectfully, sounds like your grandpa was a real G.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your dad is, and your brother is,
Yeah.
and your sister is.
Yeah.
But you, like, how does that savage come out in you? How, when I'm struggling to lift an Atlas stone there,
Yeah.
how does that fucking energy from you, that ferocity, how do you generate that? Because if you could bottle it, it's worth millions, right?
Yeah, right.
But what's that feeling like in your body when it takes over?
It's that, it's that self-loathing towards myself. Like,
Do you like punishing yourself?
Yeah. Like, come on, you wee. Like when I picked you up with one arm,
Yeah.
I'm calling myself a wee cunt.
Yeah, I got that, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you wee fucker, you fucking little bitch. Let's fucking go, man. Like, that's to me. Like, that's me saying, let's fucking go, son.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking little bitch today.
And who's saying that in your head? Is there only one person in your head saying it, or is there someone saying?
That's just me. I think that's just, like, you make up these narratives to be there. That's like everybody. That's like, you're fucking, look at you, you wee bastard, you wee, you can't do this, you can't do that.
So I get that. So do you give yourself the credit when you fucking do, when you stood there as Europe's strongest man? Or do you, when you stood there, Britain's strongest man, oldest ever to do it?
Yeah.
10-time qualified world's strongest man. Do you give yourself any credit? Or are you still that wee little bastard?
I'm always going to be that wee bastard, man. I'm always going to, as soon as if I stop, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
I can say I'm proud because that wee bastard that shouldn't have done that has done it multiple times, 10 times world's strongest final, 2 times Europe's strongest man, Britain's strongest man, the oldest ever to do it after 10 years of trying. Like, I'm proud of myself to do that, but then the next day, it's like, come on, you cunt, let's go again.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna just be, you're okay with that? Of course you're not okay with it, man.
Yeah.
I've got more to prove to myself. I've got more to leave that I can do. You know, I know I can ask more of myself, and that's why I still do it now. You know, it's like, I want my son, I want Koa to watch that back on YouTube and TV and stuff and be like, fucking hell, Dad, you're a beast, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought you were just some old bastard, but you were strong. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's what I did. That's what your dad did.
So during that period where it sounds like you were really tough on yourself, how did you get a grip of that? Because it sounds like you need to be tough on yourself. That's not you self-harming in there.
Yeah.
You're calling yourself a little cunt. That's
Right.
you giving yourself enough to motivate you. How do you balance that? Because it's fucking a dangerous line, which greatness is a dangerous line. I'm sure you've seen it with people that you've worked with, people you look up to, and you think, I'd love to be you, but I don't know if I could live the way you're living.
Yeah.
As I'd imagine people will look at you and say the same thing.
Yeah. It's a difficult one because you think you've got it, you think you've got that line okay. So, like, again, 4 years ago, when I stopped working offshore, completely changed. Everything's like, right, I'm going to become a full-time athlete.
Yep.
Okay, what does that look like?
Like that.
Just like that, yeah. I've done 17 years working on oil rigs, getting told what to do my job as best as I can, working 14 hours a day.
Were you good at your job?
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, I was like running jobs by the end of it, leading projects. You know, we were, really good at my job. Really quite, I was happy and proud of what I was doing, and good with the guys, and I thought I was quite respected in that field.
Yeah.
So then I was like, right, done. Let's become a full-time strongman.
Was it simple as that?
It took a while. I mean, I only stopped working in 2020. But I remember the day I did. I took my boiler suit home, put it in a black bag, chucked it in the bin. Like, I'm done. And I was so happy because I knew that part of my life, it became quite toxic as well, because it was like, it was more of like, it just wasn't making me happy like that. It was like money.
Yeah.
And I realised that wasn't what Mum was wanting for me. It was like, I thought that's what she wanted. Like, Mum passed away, and then a week after I went back on oil rigs and started working again. I was away for 3 weeks. So it was like, that's what I thought she wanted me to be like. It's like, just hard working, make as much money as you can. Don't worry about if you're happy or not. You know.
What made you think that? Because by the signs of it, she was nothing but setting up a loving, good, strong man.
Yeah, but I think it was when you've got a dad that has to work away all the time. You know, that was something that he had to do because he had 5 kids. He had to provide for them.
Yep.
So, like that's what I grew up with. It was like dad working 300 plus days a year away. You know, just being a beast, working all the time, providing, coming home for a couple of days and then be away again. You know, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's what I need to be like. That's because that's the environment I grew up in. So that's how I kind of learned to be.
But you said you thought it was your mum who was installing that in you, but it sounds like it's your dad, no?
It was, I think, because mum almost like that was mum's expectation of dad.
Yeah.
Whether it was or whether it wasn't, I just thought that was the expectation that my mum had for my dad because she was a stay-at-home mum. She had to look after all of us, and dad had his role. So mum, right dad, right Ben, away off you go. When you're away again, you need to go offshore. We need money for this, we need money for that. So I was like, okay, well, that's what I need to be like. And then, like mum would worry if I hadn't worked for, oh, when you're away again, you've been home for a week. Like,
Yeah.
Are you okay? Is everything okay? Because I guess that's what her reality was with my dad for so long. So that was their life. It was like he worked away all the time. She provided. If he didn't work away for over a week, then she'd, but everything okay? What's happening? So I think that's where it all came from. But then it was like, I don't know what it was. It was just some realization. I don't know if it was like, I don't know where it came from. It was
Have you had coaching, therapy? Have you ever done
therapy.
that?
I've done therapy a number of years. Went to like last year a residential place for 2 weeks down in Kent. Spent 2 weeks in this clinic place, whatever. From a mental kind of side of things, I was just really. That's when like the self-harming and stuff and like the suicidal kind of thoughts were kind of really, really there, which was tough because I had my son by then.
Yeah.
And that's what made it worse for me. I was like, why am I like this? What the fuck? I've got like good house, professional athlete, I'm doing this, I'm fucking got my own business, working with my brother, married, blah, blah, blah. And I just couldn't I couldn't shake it. I couldn't fucking, whatever reason. And I know the reasons now. It's because I wasn't being open and honest, and I wasn't being vulnerable with people. I wasn't telling the truth. I was lying. I was hiding things. I was hiding my feelings and just trying to numb myself into believing that that's what, you know, it's fine. Just forget about it. You're not doing anything wrong. And that's, you know, another part of my life was like, you know, I was smoking weed for 4 years. Since I stopped working offshore, started smoking weed, and that was my way of numbing that kind of. But it was like you kid yourself because it's only weed, it's only a little joint now and again, but that now and again was every night, and it was that. Again, it was like, all the guys do it in Strongman because it helps with inflammation, helps us eat.
Is
more.
that right? Is that something that's normal?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of the guys, you know, because it does, you know. Genuinely with inflammation, if you're struggling to put on weight, if you're struggling with sleep.
Because used right, it's an incredible healer, right?
100%. Yeah, it's amazing. It's got amazing medical properties, and it's the same with a lot of stuff. If you don't abuse it,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. But it quickly became that habit, and that every night I'd go in, just need a smoke.
Are you quite an addictive personality?
I didn't think I was, but yeah, I have that. Yeah, I mean, I'm addicted to that thing that can kind of make me feel good, or like training. I'm addicted to training. Like I can't not train. Competing, I'm addicted to that rush that I get. You know, you'd be the same when you're out in the football field.
Yeah.
You're like, Jesus, man, it's wild. You're like, and we said it doesn't matter if it's in front of 10 people or 100,000 people, you know, it's like, get that fucking buzz. And I'm like, oh, but I love that feeling of pushing myself. But I didn't really realise that it was like an issue with that side of things, with smoking weed and stuff, until all these other things started happening, and I was like, I'm just numbing myself, and I'm like, that's not who I am as a person, you know. I'm like, what am I doing, man? This is weird. And then I was opened up about things, and you know, made some really tough decisions in personal life and marriage, and you know, now I'm trying to be, you know, a responsible father, responsible to Co's mum, you know, as much as I can be, look after them and look after my ex-wife and make sure she's okay and looked after financially, and she's got that security in life, and that's what I've got to do. You know, I'm a man that's made some decisions along the way that might not have been the best decisions, but it's led me to a place where I'm now mentally the best I've ever been. I'm not cutting myself. I'm not putting a rope around my neck, not smoking weed. I haven't smoked weed since November last year. Not abusing alcohol, not abusing myself, and being open and honest and with my new partner and with my family as much as I can be as well, you know. So I can sit here and be really proud of that, you know. Right. So it's a big journey, you know. It's a big fucking spinning journey, and when you're in the mix of it, when you're in that fucking wild place, your whole life gets flipped upside down because of the actions I've done. I'm like, oh, what's going on? What? And that's where, again, now it's like doing these things, cold water, training, going out for a walk, spending time with my son. I get him 3 nights a week, spending time with my family, going into like church and listening to like the minister speak about different things. Like the first time I went in there, it was like talking about being forgiven.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fucking hell, man. Oh,
I'll take that.
oh. I was like sobbing, man. I was like, no, man. And it was like, he was like looking at me. It was like, I felt like he was like, whoa. Yeah. And I hadn't spoken to him like before. I was like, oh. And it was just that warm glow. And I'm not sitting here saying this is the way of life, Christianity, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, for me, that was something that really felt special to me. And I was like, oh, man. Whew, okay. And then looking at Jodie and how amazing and like wonderful she is, I'm like, maybe there's something. So let's just give it a wee try. And it's something that I'm really thankful that I'm experiencing and still learning, and get to work with my brother, best friends. You know, it's cool. I get to do all this amazing stuff, and I'm very thankful. And you know, instead of crying in bed at night, I'm like giggling at myself at night. You know, and you know, when you're like, you stretch out, you're like, oh man, that feels nice. Today was a good day. Yeah. I did some good shit today, and I giggle to myself rather than have that like self-hatred and self-loathing of doing all these things that I shouldn't be doing and crying yourself to sleep sometimes, and that's not a nice feeling. So yeah, it's cool, man. And then we get some shit today, and that's even cooler. So it's not bad.
Take me into the strongest man, world's strongest man.
Yeah.
When your personality doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just about who's the fucking strongest.
Yeah.
Tell me about that zone. Tell me about that zone, that fucking testosterone. Yeah. Those men walking around. How many days is the competition?
5 days.
5 days. Yeah. You've built up to it. Tell me about those alphas. Yeah. Tell me about that fucking tension in the air.
That's wild. That's when it's cool, man. That's when you can just release. Like, it doesn't matter. Like you say, you're there just for one job.
You're in amongst the dinosaurs, so all the you don't have to try and act like a civilian there.
Yeah. It's just headbutting. It's the biggest. You want to eat the most. You want to lift the most. you're the most confident, the most arrogant. That's when it becomes the true battle of the beast in the jungle.
Do you love that?
It's cool, man. I love it for that amount of time.
Yeah, that's what.
Like that, when I'm there, that's my job. I've got to be, like, not just for me, but I've got to be that for Tom as well.
Yeah.
Do you know, like Tom's getting to be able to be that now, but because Tom's a little bit different, you know, in terms of like autism and, you know, the confidence levels and stuff. When I'm that person, Tom takes that confidence from me. It was like the first time Tom won World's Strongest Man. I'll go into that quickly. Like, Tom won World's Strongest Man 2021. It was just Tom and I there. It was during the pandemic. We were just there. It was only we were the only guys from the UK there. America had a little bit laxer laws, so the Americans could take their family and friends and whatever. So I was battling for podium. I think I was in 3rd place. Went into the Atlas Stones, messed up the Atlas Stones. I was like, fuck sakes, man, gutted. I was raging at myself, so annoyed. For like 5 seconds, I was like, fuck, Tom's by himself. Fucking hell, bastard. Right, so I fucking quickly, there was like a backstage room like this size. So Tom was up against Brian Shaw. So Brian Shaw is 4 times winner, previous winner of World's Strongest Man title. The biggest man you'd ever see, massive. Had all his like cronies, all his boys around him, like hyping up. Yeah, let's go, Brian, let's go, you're the greatest, you're the fucking... And I burst in through the door. I was like, right, fucking Tom, let's fucking go, you wee cunt. Who's the fucking best here, son? Don't fucking listen to them fucks. And that was it. It was like, Tom like looked at me, I was like, fucking get it, Tom. You're the fucking best at Atlas Stones. These cunts haven't got anything on you. Fucking don't even look at them. Don't give them any fucking respect. We're going to fucking go. You're going to win World's Strongest Man. Spoil that cunt's fucking party. Because Brian was going for 5.
Yeah.
And he'd made up a t-shirt already, Brian Shaw, 5 times. So Tom's like, right, yeah. I was like, fucking come on, Tom. Why are you fucking doing this, mate? Fucking mum's up there, mate. Fucking let's go. Fucking smacked him on the ass. And he was like, whoa.
Did you see it boiling? And
oh man, it was just that change. But he needed that, like, that change, you know. It was like, so if I can be that rude, obnoxious alpha, whatever it is, disgusting, you know, when people see it, it's fine, I'll be that.
I'd love to see that in Byron, man. I'd love to feel it.
It was...
Because I presume their noise went up as well. They weren't just going to go, oh, no, these boys fancy it. They were like, fucking right.
Yeah, oh, they were like, let's have a go, man, let's go. Yeah. And like, it was just, I get shaky thinking of, I've got that's a tattoo in my arm of the moment that Tom won it. Like, so Tom had lifted all 5 Atlas Stones, and like, he loaded up the last one, and he looked round, and Brian was on his 3rd Atlas Stone, and it was like that little autistic boy all over again. It was so weird, this like...
what do I do now?
And then he just fell to the ground, looked up, went out, gave him a cut. Oh man, it was like the most unbelievable feeling. Like seeing that little brother, the little boy that got diagnosed with autism at 11, 12 years old, written off by so many people, couldn't speak to him and couldn't leave the house by himself, couldn't get on any public transport, couldn't do anything, couldn't even go to the gym. Like I had to go with him in the gym with him. Didn't want to go to the gym. Come on, Tom, basically forced him to the gym. Gave him just had to give him what for a few times. And this is the fucking road for you, mate. Let's fucking go, please. You know, that trust me, you will survive. That's what it was basically. Trust me, Tom, you will survive. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. 2021. Goes out to Sacramento, fucking by himself, with his older brother. Put that trust in me. Tom, we've got to do it, mate. Fucking don't listen to them fucks, mate. You've got to, mate. Come on. And then that was it. Like, the world's strongest man. Like Tom Stoltman. When he got, oh man, it's like, it makes me giggle and I get goosebumps thinking about it because it was just the most surrealist moment. And I still remember that moment, like seeing him, like it broke my heart for that split second when I came through that room. He was stood in the corner by himself.
Yep.
Like just not knowing what to do, just like,
So you've had to swallow your disappointment with the Atlas Stones. Well, you didn't have to because it sounds like your mind didn't just fucked you off in seconds.
Yeah, man. That's it. I'm that protector, that person. That's what I want.
Did you know he could do it?
100%, man. Like,
Or were you just hyping him for hype's sake?
no, I knew Tom's the best in the world, man. He's like,
Is he?
oh, like on that day at World's Strongest Man, and in World's Strongest Man, Tom was the best athlete there. Tom is like, it's his whole shift. Like, it doesn't matter about any other competition to Tom, but that title of World's Strongest Man, I'm back in 2021, man.
Like the shadow for Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, boom, I'm here. Come out of the shadows, rise up, the phoenix rising from the flames, whatever you want to call it. It was wild, like, to see him, the little boy. I remember holding Tom when he was younger. Like, he used to have these, like, hysterical fits when things weren't normal or changed or mum wasn't there, and like I used to have to pick him up and hold him and like cuddle him and rock him and like try and console him and stop him from crying.
And when he's like this, is he just a difficult child?
Yeah.
That was the diagnosis in that time.
Yeah, it was like, oh, he's just who knows what eyes.
Was it only you?
Sister Jodie was there.
No, I mean, were you the only one who could control this?
Jodie was good with Tom as well, because Jodie worked with children with additional needs, so she knew the ways and stuff. But I tell a story. It's like this parrot, this ornament parrot that flapped its wings. You pulled the string and the wings went like that. Just, come on, Tom, let's go and see the parrot. It's okay. Pulled the parrot and he'd calm down, or we go and play football, or we go and play golf or tennis, or we'd do sports, and that would console him and calm him down, and he'd be okay. And like, honestly, like, it's just, oh man, what a journey. Like, when we first started competing, when Tom came on the big scene with me at Giants Live, we'd have to do, like, I'd have to go up with him to do his interview for him, basically, because he could, hey Tom, how you feeling? Yeah, good. And like, it was just one word answers.
And did the world understand this at the time?
They knew of it, but after like 2021, Tom came out and like someone asked him a question, how did you manage to win World's Strongest Man? And he kind of said, you know, I'm the only one here with autism, and that's my superpower. That's why I've won it today, is because of that. And since then, it's kind of, I mean, Tom's inspired so many people with autism and are, you know, neurodiverse and on the spectrum. It's incredible, and like, that's such a mad thing. You know, Mum didn't get to see that, but like, she's seen that somewhere, I truly believe. She's living that, she's feeling that, she's like that's her boy. And then for Tom to do it again, to win it again a year later, and then again 2 years later, 3 times World's Strongest Man, like 3 times second place, 3 times, in the last 6 years she's won it 3 times, come second 3 times. It's like, fuck me, man, it's not bad.
How's Tom when you struggle?
He has a different kind of coping mechanism, you know. It's just, he gets more like overstimulated, a bit more stressed, you know, just doesn't really have maybe the words, you know. He lets me know, he says, look, if you ever need me, I'm here, you know, just talk to me. And it's more difficult for me because my role in the family dynamic has been that protector or carer or whatever it is. So trying to then switch it and let Tom look after me, it just doesn't feel right, because I always feel that Tom needs me as opposed to me needing him. But he's been there. His presence, like in the gym, or just like him coming for a swim with me in the sea, that speaks volumes to me. You know, it doesn't get lost in me, and like, that's some of my most memorable times throughout this whole journey, is like when we go to like some of the lochs to go swimming, and Tom doesn't enjoy the cold water as much as me, but he'll still come with me, you know. And I don't think he realises that sometimes, that like that's my special moments in all this. It's like spending time with Tom is cool, man. It's nice when he commits and when he puts his time into being with me, is like really special. So that's why it's like that title of the Strongest Brothers to Ever Live. That's my favourite title, because that's something that Tom and I have got forever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's going to be another set of brothers. I know there's not anytime soon anyway, but like, if there is, like, it's brilliant. I hope it does happen, but like, for the foreseeable future, that's our title, you know, so that's something that Tom and I have created, and that's something that Tom and I have done together, and created this and done this, and fucking hell, man, it's again, for a couple of brothers from Highlands of Scotland in the middle of nowhere, to come out and be like, we've done this, we've done that, we've won these titles, we've done it together, we've, you know, been through this journey from day one. And Tom, you know, can be open and talk about his autism. I can be open and talk about, you know, my battles, my emotions, my stuff. And I think that's pretty cool to be able to do that together. But yeah, the struggles now, it's not like, it's maybe like lack of sleep, you know. If Co has been up, spewing up, or been sick or whatever, it's like, oh geez, I'm tired today, man. Yeah, it's a lot better now, which is really nice. It's really cool.
You talk about unconditional love, and you constantly reference your mum. Can you take me back to the year 2016?
Yeah. So yeah, it was a real difficult one with mum. I'll maybe go back to like so mum got diagnosed, I think it was like 2014, 2013. So she'd been having these severe chest pains, and like she got told it was Bornholm's disease, I think it was called, which is just chest pains and it'll go away. So it was going on for months and months, and they wouldn't put her for a CT scan. So we went private, managed to get that for her. And I was working down in Newcastle at the time, had a contract down there. And again, like I say, I always found the gym, so I travelled an hour to go and train in this Strongman gym. So yeah, this one night, it was winter, it was horrendous weather. And Mum knew I used to train after work, so she would never speak to her then. It was usually later on at night, give her a phone. So on the way to this gym, I had a phone call from Mum, and you know when you get that, I just had that feeling. I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, hi Mum, you okay? She, yeah. And you could tell, you know, it wasn't okay, and so I pulled over in the passing place, and this is what's happened. You get any results or anything? She says, yeah, got the results back, it's not so good. I was like, right, okay.
No rush, mate.
Yeah. And it was, yeah, I just knew, you know, it was like, she says, no, it's not so good, Luke. It's cancer. And it was breast cancer that spread into liver, and it was in her spine. So it was stage 4, it was terminal cancer. So I was like, right, okay. I was okay, Mum. So you're trying to hold it together, you know, just.
Yep.
And I said, do you want me to come home? I'll just come home. She says, no, it's fine. There's nothing you can do. Just finish off the job. I was like, right, okay. So I think it was like 2 weeks I had left in the job. So I just carried on, and I went to the gym, trained, and it just kind of carried on as normal. You know, it was like, just almost put it to the back of your head.
Were you prepped for that? Was it something that was in the back of your mind?
Yeah.
Or was that out of the blue?
It was something. It was such a shame because 2 or 3 weeks previously, she had an X-ray, and it came back all clear, and she was really happy. But then still got a CT scan just to confirm things, and I don't know, just something in my head just saying to me, it can't just be this born home that's gone on for ages, you know. So I kind of knew deep down that it was going to be bad. I didn't expect it to be that bad. I thought maybe breast cancer and she might have to, you know, get a removal, whatever. But for her to say it was terminal, there was no kind of nothing that could be done. You know, that was tough. And then so I was just carried on, trained. A few days later, my sister Jodie had phoned. She phoned me at night time, at 9 o'clock, I think. And she's all, "Look, just to let you know, Mum's had a fall. And she's bleeding." I was like, "What do you mean she's bleeding?" She's like, "Bleeding out through her bladder." I was like, "All right." I said, "Fucking hell, Jodie, is everything all right?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know. So I was like, "Right, I'm just going to come home." So I think I left Newcastle at 10, whatever, got back, 3, and then, Mum, she was okay by then, but went up. I lived, the house I got was next door to Mum's. And went next door, back to bed, and then got up in the morning, went over to see her at 8, and that was really tough, because that was the only time that I've seen Mum really hysterical, you know, really emotional. That was the first time I'd seen her since she got. I was the last person to see her since she got diagnosed. Oh man, it was tough. I was I've never had Mum sobbing on me before, and that was her sobbing. And
She's strong.
she's such a strong woman, man. She was that was it. She sobbed to me, and then that was it. She never got emotional again. It was that was it. It was almost her release.
What was she releasing? Accepting that
I think
this was a big problem.
I think so, and I think she knew how much it would be hurting me as well. You know, that kind of. I don't know. I think she would have been probably guilty, sad, angry. That acceptance. Yeah, it's just that moment of that's it kind of thing. But then she was a beast, man. She got 6 months. They gave her 6 months, and she was with us for 3 years, you know. So that was she was necking aloe vera, all these super green shakes, egg whites. We're looking up everything that had helped her, you know. So, it was a shame up here, you know. The doctors, it's pretty tough because it's such a remote place, and we don't have the best kind of stuff available back then anyway. Maybe it's getting a bit better now, but a lot of the specialists kind of only lasted a few months and left and back and forth, and it was really tough. So she had chemo tablets initially, then they stopped working. August, September, she got quite bad. So then I stopped working in September, took a couple of months off just to be with her. And there was jobs in the garden that we needed to do for her, you know, so it was I had this big massive hedge along the side of the wall. She wanted that gone. So of course you do, man, fucking hell. Yeah, right, we'll take that down. So spent a week doing that for her, then there was all these stones and boulders, rearranging them. But it was one of the nicest times, having that, you know, that moments with her, you know, that, because it was acceptance almost for you as well,
Yeah.
For me, and getting to spend that time with her. I saw her, they had 2 dogs, Mum and Dad had 2 dogs, and when the fields were cut like they are today, she used to have an old Renault Kangoo van. So she used to drive the van, she used to go past the house in the field. So I'd be sat out every morning, have a cup of coffee, just sat, and she'd be driving past and the dogs would be running past. She'd give me a wee beep and I'd wave to her and then watch her go back, and then when she went back in the house I'd go over and see her.
So that was her walking the dogs?
Yeah, that was her walking the dogs, yeah. And then I always remember she passed on the Sunday, And on the Wednesday night, or the Wednesday, she was a maniac as well. That's probably where I get it from. So she was she had this little list that she wanted to do. So she was on morphine by this time. She was in agony. Her feet were like ballooned up. She could hardly walk. But she was making these pear tarts. Like, this is what she was doing. So I went over, and she was making these tarts. She was breaking the eggs, but she was getting it wrong. So she was putting the eggshells into the mixer, and the eggs into the bin. So I was like, "Oh, Mum, just leave that just now, Mum. Come on, we'll go and have a sit down. And do you want a drink of water or anything? Or I'll have a cup of coffee." She said, "No, I'm fine." So sat down and just had a really nice chat. And like, it was really special, you know, just chatting about, you know, what she'd kind of liked from me, and just kind of talking about looking after Tom and making sure that Tom was okay and the strongman stuff. And
What did she want from you?
I think you know, I felt that she wanted me to be that protector, you know, just to be that kind of figure to help kind of Tom and Harry, you know, find their way, I guess. And because Tom and I did Strongman, she wanted me to be able to, you know, make sure Tom was okay and like guide Tom in Strongman as much as I could, as much as anyone can. And I think that's what she wanted. And we just chatted. It was just nice. We just chatted rubbish sometimes, and she used to spend loads of money on Amazon towards the end, so she used to buy all this rubbish, just shite, just nonsense. But then I feel so like, it's nice because I had that ability to say goodbye to her and have that kind of, like, towards the last few days, she was staying in a bed in the kitchen, in the dining room. And then the Cancer Macmillan nurses came, and with the final kind of days or so, whatever, she got put on a morphine drip. And that's when it kind of, you know, it's just a matter of time. And then, you know, when she passed, it was almost like it was the right time for her, you know. It was, you don't want anyone to be in that state, so it was okay then. But then after, it was dealing with that grief and that, like, it was almost like a sense of hatred for everything I was going through for a while. You know, I just didn't know, I couldn't cope with it for a long time. You know, it was quite a grief, man. It's so weird to deal with, you know. It's like, you have these nice, lovely memories, but like, you don't think anyone understands. It's like, you're the only one going through it at that time.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off, what do you know? Like, and then it was nice because, like, whenever I came back from work, from offshore, I'd go over and see Dad, and we'd have a bottle of whiskey and just get drunk together and just cry and laugh. And that was our way of kind of dealing with things. And like, from the house I have to Dad's house, it's like 20-second walk.
Yeah.
So like, sometimes I'd be like passed out halfway between his house and mine on the way home. Yeah, so it was a real tough time, but I mean, again, it's what happens in life, you know. We lose people that we love, and it doesn't make it any easier, but just so shit, because it's just like, why, you're like, why the fuck did you have to go?
Yeah.
Like, went away in 2016, if you could have just stayed with us for another few years, you would have seen all this, Mum. You would have been here, you would have fucking seen that.
Well, she sees it, doesn't she? That's what you say.
Yeah.
I see the sunflower.
Yeah, that's Mum. That's a silhouette of Mum there. That's all the sunflowers is Mum. That's Mum in the field of sunflowers, and that was for Dad. That's a silhouette of Dad, the lion and stuff. So I just got that one there. That's God is greater than all your ups and downs. So it's quite something that I try and remember, you know. So whatever ups, whatever downs you have, there's always something greater, I think, and I think that for me is quite an important thing to kind of grasp onto at the moment.
Well, whatever you felt like, I'm very lucky. Like, I've not felt that.
Yeah. It's tough, man.
Thanks for being so honest, Luke. That was.
Oh,
You
man.
don't have to do that.
No, it's part of life.
I love the sunshine shot this morning, sunrise.
Yeah. That's
Because obviously, it's a sad thing, right? But
yeah.
how do you think you got to that point, being able to see a sunrise?
It's what I see when I think of Mum. Yes, like since Mum passed, like days have like been pretty dark. You know, it gets dark, but then like that's like sunflowers for me, because they're so bright and beautiful. Like that's my mum. That's like, oh, that's what she had this infectious smile. She had this blonde hair, such a special lady. And then I had a really bad day a few years ago, and it was just bad. I was like fucking just done. And I went to the beach where we went to this morning, and it was one of the most beautiful sunrises, and there was a fucking dolphin just fucking jumping. I'm like, I've never seen a dolphin since, and I've never seen a dolphin before.
Really?
Yeah, never seen one there. And this one day, in this most beautiful sunrise, a fucking dolphin. I'm like, fucking hell, Mum. Oh, okay, I get it. And it's like these little, I don't know if it's signs, I don't know, it makes me laugh, because it's just, like, when you're in that, like, moment, like, you don't appreciate things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like that dark. Doesn't matter if it was the most nicest sunrise. But I just saw this dolphin, and then and you see the sunrise, like, whoa. And then, like, I'll be in the sea sometimes. Like, I've been sobbing there before, I've been laughing, I've been angry. Like, that's when the waves come.
Yeah.
I'm like, just fucking hit me. Like we've been in there and there's been really big waves, and I'll just stand like that and I'm like, just fucking do your worst. I don't care anymore sometimes. But that day, that realization that like there's something, I don't know, more at play, I think. And then, I don't know, it's just, seeing that sunrise, it's like, it's my mum. So that's why the sunrises are really special to me. And that's why I get up at like sometimes 4:30 in the morning to try and see one, just to like have that ability to connect.
I hear you, man. I feel it. Simple stuff, isn't it?
It can be so simple. The moments I miss the most, it was at night time. So with Mum, I used to always go through about 10 o'clock at night, and she'd be sat eating like a big bowl of salad. I said to her she had issues with eating, but she really enjoyed salad. I'd be, oh Mum, that looks really nice. She's, are you hungry? I said, oh, I'm a little bit hungry. And she'd make me bacon, egg, lettuce and salad, lettuce and tomato rolls. And they were the night, it was so nice. And I've tried to replicate them. I can't. I'm like, it's so annoying. But she'd make that, just whatever. Like, she would...
10 bells,
yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, sound, yeah. You want some food? Yeah. Oh man, it's amazing. Oh, thank you. And we'd just sit and we'd chat, and I'd always give my mum a cuddle and a kiss goodnight. I'd always give her a cuddle and a kiss when I left. Like, that was my... I always did it. Like, it was just having that embrace from your mum, or like, it's just special, man. It's like, it's really nice. And yeah, not having that is tough. But yeah, she was a good lady.
You're quite a selfless guy, I can feel that. And it's great what Tom's done, but you've done all right, mate. 2-time European champ.
Yeah.
Britain's strongest man at 40 years old.
Yeah.
Well, what's your personal, you're not allowed to involve anyone else in this answer, what's your personal strongman greatest achievement?
Oh, it's a naughty one. I think... I don't know. Oh, I think probably the first Europe's Strongest Man title that I won. Just because that was like the start of like, like standing on that podium for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought it could happen, but the reality of it actually happening was like an outer body experience. I just couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, oh my, you know, when you're like, fucking hell, I can't believe this has just happened. Where
were you at physically and mentally at that point? Were you peak?
Probably not, to be honest. Probably not. I was really drunk the weekend before at my sister's wedding. But everything just aligned on that day. You know what I mean? It was like, I remember we drove down to Leeds, left here, and the only thing that I was thinking about was standing that platform, that podium, number one. I've got one. Win. I'm going to win. And that, it was like, I couldn't stop thinking about it. That whole like 7-hour drive. And I was just so like, I was just different. Like, I was like, I came in, didn't speak to anyone, aggressive, fuck yous all, I'm here to win it. And looking at the events, I knew I had really good events, like smashed the first event. I think it was like 4 or 6 points, whatever, up after 2 events, I think. I was like, this is it, I've got it, I can't let this go. And it was just, you know, when you get in that flow state, like that's what it felt like. And it was so euphoric, like after getting announced as Luke Stoltman, Europe's Strongest Man, that was my, I think that was the turning moment for me, because it allowed me to see how to win. You know, because you have to know how to win. It's
Yeah.
not just doesn't just happen. So like winning that first one was like, yeah, I can win now. I can go on and win. So then a couple of weeks later, I won the Glasgow World Tour Finals. I won 2 in a row. Then the year after, I won Europe's Strongest Man again. So fucking hell, I'm doing all right here. And then just recently winning Britain's Strongest Man at 40.
What was that like?
That was a close. I was going to say Britain's Strongest Man was probably, it was a close, very close second, because I'd completely changed and like this year was just, I fucking changed everything. Did fucking whatever. I'm completely a different person, I feel. And the only thing that I could control in that moment, or in that 6 weeks, was my training, was that prep for Britain's Strongest Man. That's the only thing I could control. Everything else was just a whirlwind of like whatever. So being able to control that one thing, it goes back to when I was used to work in the oil rigs, used to go out drinking, partying, doing whatever. The only thing that was a constant in my life was training. And that proved to me that that still was that thing for me at 40 years old. After training for 24 years, the thing that was a constant back when I was 16 is still that. It's still a non-negotiable. Only thing I can control is that. And then going into Britain's Strongest Man.
Flow state?
That was like the pinnacle. I remember taking my top off and people were like, fucking hell, the fuck, what happened to you?
Yeah.
You're looking, wow, it's wild. And then after the first event, it was the hardest event of the day. It injured about 4 or 5 people.
Did it?
It was like running with 3 sandbags, 150 kilos over 25 meters, loading them. We only did 2 sandbags with it this weekend, and some people didn't finish it, so we had to do 3 sandbags. And smashing that, I was like, that's it, man, game over. And then I knew it was like just that confidence I had. I was like, hey man, I'm good. And that was a real close top moment for me in my career so far. But yeah, maybe ask me again in a few years, hopefully.
You say
yeah.
so far, so what's coming then?
Got the World Championships, Log Press Championships in Glasgow coming up. Got Britain's Strongest Man next year, Europe's Strongest Man next year, World's Strongest Man. You know, I'm seeing those as like, if I can get on a podium at Worlds with Tom, that would be the most insane thing for me to be able to do that. So that's the goal. That's the goal for me.
Win the world, or you win the world, but Tom has to finish off the podium. You taking it? What comes second and he wins it?
Oh man, I don't know, man. It's a
Fucking win the world.
I know. I think probably if I could come first and he could come second.
No.
I think I'd be okay with, I know, win it, because then it proves to him that he needs to work harder.
There you go.
So I can't give him anything. You know, that's the thing. Yeah. Fuck it. So hopefully that'll be the case, man.
So to close it, we're going to ask someone close to you a question they'd love to ask you, and you answer honestly.
Right.
So via Ewan, he's spoken to Tom.
Right.
Tom said, do you think you've made your mum proud? I want nothing but honesty here.
Yeah, I think so, man.
I'm fucking right,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't go into it. That's enough.
Who fucking legend this one? Oh, man.
Yeah, no, they told me and I went, fucking hell, what chance have we got with that?
Oofed you after all that. Fucking hell, you bastards. Oh, man. Oh, dehydrated after them tears, man.
You good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that, man. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Honestly,
Thank
you're
you.
fucking...
Oh, guys, thank you, man. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that.
Quality, mate. Right, Luke, on behalf of our sponsors, Trainer Trash, just a little gift to say thank you so much for today.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much.
You've been an unbelievable guest.
Let's see what this says.
Get
Oh,
those trainers
class.
gleaming, mate.
I needed a pair. I needed some cleaners, actually. Thank you, mate. That's class, man. Thank you very much.